In this course, you are going to gain hands-on experience with C#, Windows programming and ASP.NET. In this training course, you will learn how to design and program web and Windows applications with .NET and Visual Studio. You will get an experience on how to write object-oriented code using C#. You are also going to learn how to use Visual Studio for code generation, user interface design, testing and debugging. You are going to learn how to build SQL Server databases and access them using .NET Core. Some basic requirements. You should have some basic computer skills and some basic understanding of the programming process and how computer programs work. Recommended experience. If you have some prior programming experience like C, C++, it makes easy to learn C# in this course. This course uses Visual Studio 2010, but it is useful to those using an earlier version. Before start explaining you what is .NET framework, we should know who is using this .NET framework. In programming industry, we have got two categories of programming. One is called system programming, other one is called application programming. The primary distinguishing characteristic of system programming when compared to application programming is that system programming aims to produce software or software platform which provides the service to the other software or computer, whereas application programming aims to produce software which provides services to the end user. For example, word processor, calculator, Microsoft Word, etc. .NET application is mainly used for application programming. Even before we deep into .NET framework in detail, I will explain you two major terms which are used in .NET framework. One is a platform, other one is the framework. Platform is an environment for developing and executing applications. So there are two types of environment. One is development environment, other one is the production environment. Development environment, it is an environment where we are writing program by developers using collection of resources. For example, operating system, .NET framework, Visual Studio, language compiler, etc. are the resources which are required for development environment platform. So what's the production environment? So production environment, it is an execution environment where we can deploy, build and running an applications. The mainly production environment is used by end user. So what is a framework? It is a ready to use collection of classes and interfaces used for developing an applications. Using this, so framework is a template or a skeleton. Using this template or skeleton, developer extend that and write the applications. This diagram shows that how that the code compilation is happened and the execution process in .NET. In the compilation process, there is a source code where we are writing the program using C# or VB.NET or JHash, etc. that converts into the MSCL using related language compiler, and it converts into assembly code, that is either exe or DLL file. If source code is C#, then related C# compiler compile this source code and convert into the MSIL, that is the Microsoft Intermediate Language. Then the CLR, that Common Language Runtime, uses this MSIL and converts into the native code using Z compiler. This is the execution process. This native code is understood by the operating system. This diagram shows that what are all the components available in the .NET framework. .NET framework is a platform that provides tools and technologies to develop Windows, web and enterprise applications. It contains the following components. The first one is Common Language Runtime, that is a CLR. The .NET framework provides a runtime environment called the Common Language Runtime, which runs the code and provides the services that make the development process easier. This CLR used for both development and production of .NET applications. The second one is a .NET Framework Class Library, that is FCL. It accesses the library classes and methods. It also called as base class library. It is common for all types of applications. The third one is Common Type System, CTS. The Common Type Systems describes the set of data types which is used in different .NET languages. It ensures that objects are written in different .NET languages. For example, the string, enum, classes, interfaces. So these are all the different data types which comes in .NET languages. The fourth one is the Common Language Specification, CLS. CLS specifies a set of rules. It is a subset of CTS. CLS helps in cross-language inheritance and debugging. CLS ensures that the products of compilers will work properly in .NET environment. In this course, we are going to learn following chapters. The first one is the .NET Programming Fundamentals. Under this chapter, so we are going to learn how to build the applications with Visual Studio. Under this model, so we are going to learn analyzing the .NET framework, managing projects with a Solution Explorer, setting project properties and adding references, adding files, folders and code into the project. So we are also learning how to compile the applications, debugging the application and testing the programs. The second chapter is C# syntax. Under this chapter, we are going to learn so what are the data types and its conversions. The main data types are primitive data types, reference data types, constants, enums, and then we are also learning so what is boxing and unboxing. So third chapter is control statements. So under this chapter, so we are going to learn if statement, writing complex criteria expressions using this if-else condition statements, and then case statements. Then we are also going to learn for loop and then while loops. In the fourth chapter, we are learning exception handling. Under this, we'll come to know how to throw the exceptions, so how to stepping the through code with a debugger, and then how to use the try catch, finally error handling in try catch statements. Then we are also learning how to comment the code and uncomment the code. The next chapter is Windows applications. Under this, we are going to cover Windows application basics, how to create the forms and controls, how to navigate with the menus, automating the code with the toolbox and properties windows. The second module is event-driven programming. Here we are going to learn how to handle the events from the user interface. For example, so if you use any button, so if you click on that button, so which event would be triggered? That's the clicked event would be triggered when we click on any buttons. Then we are also learning how to declare the event and how to raise the events. The next main chapter is object-oriented programming concept. That's the OOPS concepts. In this chapter, we are mainly cover encapsulations, polymorphism, inheritance, etc. Under this, we are learning separating application responsibility into the classes. So what is single responsibility principle? How to inherit the child class from the base class, overriding and overloading methods in derived class from the main class. We are also learning how to reuse the code from multiple projects. We are creating a class library in Visual Studio and use those class library in another project by setting the references. The next chapter is programming web application with the ASP.NET. In this, we are learning how to construct the ASP.NET websites with the Visual Studio. So how to write the HTML pages and the forms, maintaining constantly with the master pages, designing pages with the ASP.NET controls like buttons, text box, drop down menus, list boxes, etc. Then how to use the CSS, that is the styling sites with the ASP.NET tips. We are also learning the processing ASP.NET web forms. In processing ASP.NET web forms, we are going to cover how to display the data and gathering user input, activating web forms with the events, maintaining variables with the sessions, automating data access with the ASP.NET data binding. In this chapter, controlling website access, we are going to cover what is authentication and authorizations. Here we are using forms authentications, role-based authorization, and Windows authentications. Next chapter is managed provider objects. Under this, we are learning manage provider and important objects on it, how to use the insert, update, delete statements in the database from the applications. So how to fetch the data from the database using select command. So we are also covering SQL Server basics. Under this, we are learning how to create a SQL Server database, and then how to create tables, how to add the fields in these tables and indexes on tables. defining the primary and the foreign key a relationship within the table. So we are also learning how to write the store procedures and the functions in SQL servers. The next main chapter is entire layered architecture applications. So we are learning how to write the different layouts while writing any applications. Here we are covering introductions to the entire, and then what is a tier and what is a layout. What is the role of each layer? That is the presentation layer, data layer, business object layer, DEO layers. We are also learning how to design a GUI, that graphical user interface for the applications. Then we are also learning how to pass the data from one layer to the another layer. This courses that covers C# and then ASP.NET applications, which uses both web and Windows forms. At the last, we'll come to know that why .NET? So .NET is used as the most popular programming language in all types of applications, because the more support is available in .NET from the Microsoft. It is having very rich and easy IDE. .NET is been easy to code and implement. It is a language interoperability. Because of all these things, .NET becomes the more popular language in the world. Advantages of this course. Once you complete this course, so you're going to know basic and core .NET knowledge. You're also knowing how to develop the business applications using .NET. The course details. Duration of the course. This course will be for around 70 hours, and initially the C# will be started. In this C# course, we will be covering all the major topics which we discussed today, and it will be for around 35 hours. The second would be the ASP.NET, that will be taken 35 hours. The course time is, comments of the course date and timings will be put up in the website based on the number of batches. Course materials. That complete course material will be available for the enrolled students in the website. Once they are in the course page, they can find it under curriculum. The course highlights are, so we are going to cover the course with a real-time scenario and examples. We are also assigning some assignments for each and every chapters. We are giving some live projects. There is an end-to-end learning of automation skills. So there is a bi-weekly presentation on topics which can improve presentation skills and technical skills. So there is a mock interviews which would help the students to take actual interview in the companies. So there is always extensive 24/7 support. So what is the compensation in the industry in the world? Actually, this diagram shows so what salary the .NET software developer or programmer are getting in India. So .NET software developer, the programmer earns an average salary of rupees 353,485 rupees per year. This diagram which gives that what is the salary, what is the bonus, so what profit they are sharing, so what is the total pay for them depends upon the experience and skill sets you have. Thank you. So if you have any queries or questions, please contact enquiry at etechfactory.com through the mail. Thank you.